trying to prevent people from stabbing themselves with pointy needles containing deadly vaccines. So we're passing out information, DVDs, flyers, and vaccination waiver forms. Because what you don't know could kill you.
And we are executing, more or less, the stages of a 6-week plan to end mandatory vaccines, which are being proposed for swine flu. Say, no woman need to get no vaccine. No woman, no cry. Yeah.
Do you have any comments or thoughts on this government involvement in this?
Look, when it comes to the government and when it comes to anybody, you just have to look at what they've done before to decide, whether or not you want to trust them now.
The vaccine that will be available for Canadians will include an adjuvant, an additive to boost immunity, and one that could increase side effects like a sore arm or fever. Clinical trials so far have not picked up anything more severe.
Large white blood cells attack them when they float through your capillaries, these foreign particles, and crush and collapse and clog your capillaries. That's what cuts off blood supply to different organs, causing them to malfunction.
Federal health officials say the risks of the vaccine are theoretical. The risks of severe disease, even death from swine flu, too real to ignore.
It's each an individual decision, but I'm not sure how I could counsel my family against getting something that would protect them and then watch one of my children die.
For many Canadians, this promises to be an emotional, conflicted decision, and one that very soon they will have to make. Joanna Vermiliotis, CBC News, Toronto.
Swine flu. Okay. First off, from what I heard, if you use your logic on this, when they came out the mad cow, you can see all the cows being slaughtered in England. When the bird flu came out, which is a reincarnation of the Spanish flu in 1919, what they did in China, or the Asia rather, they killed off flocks and flocks of birds. So what do they do with the swine flu? Do they kill off any pigs? No, they don't start off at the source. So that kind of got me questioning.
And why they recycle these scams, including the possibility that they either manufactured a virus, which is possible, or something way, way easier, which is that you simply take people, make them sick with vaccines, and then say, we got to give you more drugs, and you keep the cycle going. And that's generally how it works. You might go to a hospital sick. The side effects of the drugs might make you sicker, and the hospital's in business.
The pharmaceutical industry gets paid every time you get jabbed.
They stick you with a shot, they're not sure how you're going to get sick, but 10, 20 years later, you're going to need one of their products because you took one of their poisonous products.
Of course they want to sell 2 billion vaccinations. At like $100 a pop, that's a lot of money.
A lot of money, we're talking dollars and cents. Look up Baxter International, look up GlaxoSmithKline.
They're getting ready for mass fatality management, shortages of supplies, all of that stuff. Why would you be getting ready for that? More people die from car accidents than that flu. So why all the hype?
I'm thinking the swine flu is a totally engineered distraction.
A mass resistance will foil their plan. So that's why we're out here on the street trying to spread the word.
It's vaccines, the risks, the benefits, and the choices. It's by Dr. Sherry Tenpenny. It's 2.5 hours long. You can find it on Google Video.
Nearly 5 billion doses of swine flu vaccine possible. World Health Organization, Associated Foreign Press.
The flu shot is the pandemic.
Greece to vaccinate entire population for new flu. In the birthplace of democracy, all 12 million citizens are getting vaccinated by the order of the government with no exceptions, according to their health secretary. That's a mainstream News Associated Press article.
And whenever the World Health Organization, decides to, Canada being signatories to the IHR can at any time impose mandatory vaccinations upon us if they wish. So yes, it's true the vaccination is not mandatory at the moment. However, there's a real and present danger that we could be forced vaccinated, forcefully medicated against our will, and I don't think that's a very good idea.
Government should never, ever, ever have the power to force you to take anything, a vaccine, a peanut butter sandwich, anything. They should never be given that power. That precedent should never be set, and that's currently what they're experimenting with setting now. In the 70s, there was a same swine flu scare. The vaccine killed a bunch of people. The flu apparently killed hardly any. Healthcare workers and others are refusing to take a shot. EMS workers are refusing to take the shot. VRAN.org, VRAN.org for vaccine exemption forms. Official, Government of Canada, Ontario government, vaccine exemption forms. Take this to a notary, take this to a judge.
They're lying by exemption. When you go to school or daycare, they'll say, no shots, no school. And they're lying by omission. What they should be saying is, no shots, no school, unless you sign the waiver. They don't mention the waiver. They're not telling parents they have an option to opt out by signing the waiver.
All of these things nexus into the New World Order control system, which we're trying to stop. And if we stop mandatory vaccines, we'll be one step closer to stopping the whole thing. Peace.
I think that the vaccine is the pandemic. Bottom line.